Hello folks, today I'm going to be taking a look at a new battle fleet for the Crown in Dystopian Wars by Warcradle Studios, this time with the Protecteur submersible carrier. Let's take a look at the Canadian Protecteur Battlefleet, like the big maple leaf on the deck of the runway. So this lets you build the Protecteur submersible carrier, frontline cruisers, submarines, and also contains SRS tokens. The box comes with a QR code, so you can go to the website if you're technologically advanced, or otherwise you just Google Dystopian Wars and go to the website that way, which is what I would do. We get a bag with resin. We get a set of 5 bases for your SRS tokens. And 2 identical sprues. So these are the Canadian Frontline Squadron sprues. So you can build 2 of the submersibles plus a cruiser. And it has a variety of build options on it. We also have our SRS token there. Gun batteries, smaller naval batteries, your big broadsides, rockets, and torpedo guns, I think those are. Nice plastics, good level of detail on them. If you've seen the Sturgeonian Skies unboxing, you've probably already seen that. But here's the exciting part. Bubble wrap. And also a giant submersible carrier. So, very small amount of pieces. A sprue with 4 additional pieces to be attached. The main submersible itself is mostly a 1-piece cast. Some slight flashing there. That'll just need to be cleaned off. But let's get this built and see how it looks. Alright, we are back and the Protector is built. Almost. I shall get to that in a moment. This monumental hunk of Canadian resin is 146 mil from prow to stern. As you can see, really nice detail on it. It went together very easily. Big maple leaf on the runway, so you know who's coming for you with your submerged carrier. The reason it's not built yet is you can see in there a plane about to be launched, and this actually has, because it is a submersible, fittings. Let me just pop these in. So that can be glued shut like that. Full crest on the front, doors closed. But if you wish, you could actually model it doors open, because they have the mechanism there and the slides. So you'd have the doors open as if a plane is ready to be launched out of it. And I haven't decided yet as to how I would like to paint this magnificent fleet carrier up. I do like the idea of open. The lazy man in me says closed. The insane person in me says magnetize. I don't think I'm going to do that though. As you can see, a wealth of detail around the hull, obviously across the deck, and it still has the Canadian ram there as well, or not ram, the up-armoured prow, even though it starts, well, it can start submerged. It can come on as a reinforcement and deploy anywhere it wants. before the game starts, it can deploy mines, and it can use its SRS tokens as minesweepers to clear patches as well. And if that wasn't enough, because it's a Canadian flagship, you can have a snowbird strike, which is a special kind of Canadian SRS token, and on the second and fourth turn only. So it's not every 2 turns. If you play a longer game, it lists it specifically as the second and fourth turn. You can create a SRS stack with 1 token for every unit in play, and they can be launched from any unit in the fleet as well. So you get a bonus SRS snowbird attack that can sort of come out of nowhere and catch your opponent off guard. Apart from the Protecteur, there are also on the front lines some little orcas. So a couple of torpedo launching submersibles. They work like a pack hunter, and they can be attached to the Protecteur, or obviously be used as a unit of their own to upset your opponent. And then there's a couple of cruisers. I've built this as a Halifax generator ship. So you have options for the front. It comes with guns as standard, but you can upgrade them to torpedo or rocket launchers, I believe. Again, similar style to the standard British Crown, but this is a new tooling. So it goes together in sections. It's relatively simple to build. It is a lot of components, mind you. Obviously, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, 5 for the little nacelle, both sides, and then the upper deck. So intricate, but because of that, there's not a lot of undercuts, which means there's a lot more detail on these, which I quite like. Obviously, the big generator on the back, allowing the Halifax to run its Guardian generator, generates an additional point of generator, if that makes sense. It will to Crown players. However, any other unit or ship within a unit that generates or has a Guardian generator, I was going to say every other ship, but that's not true, because some of the flyers have Guardian generators on them as well, like the Tintagel, I believe. Any of them within 7 inches of this will generate an additional point to that mass of Guardian generators. So one of these or 2 of these in your fleet supplementing the others means your opponent is going to have a really tough time getting through all of that additional shielding, shall we say. And then that, coupled with the up-armoured prows, means you're going to have a very sturdy battle fleet that's going to take a lot to take it down. The cruiser is 100 mil. In fact, it's 103 mil long. And interesting little fleet. I like this as a flagship, because it can do an awful lot in a weird way that your opponent may not be expecting. Never mind the fact your battle fleet or your flagship can come on from reserves. All of the intricacies with laying mines and clearing mines means in an objective-based game, you can have a lot of fun with your opponent. So there we have it, the Protector. There we have it, a good way to add more to your Canadians in Dystopian Wars, and also opens up some interesting flexible ways of playing with the Crown beyond the sort of standard British. The Canadians do have a very different take on things, while they still have a lot of the mainstays, the SRS tokens, the torpedoes up the wazoo. You can do some really interesting things with a submersible carrier, and the Protector allows you to do some fascinating stuff with mine laying and mine sweeping as well. So couple that with the snowbirds and you can really go to town on your opponent keep them on the back foot. But let me know what you think below of this mighty beast and whether or not we should have those launch bay doors open or closed before we get round to painting it. But until next time, bye-bye.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.